part two of a video, but I just wanted to say that I'm actually making this video as a little bit of testimony. Is that you can actually lose a large degree of health in a short amount of time if your situations are such. But so I want to say is that I've been going through a lot lately. Up to the last year has been grueling. All that can go wrong has went wrong and more, and I've still gotten past a lot of it because of grace, because of a family member. But things start going bad, really bad, when you get unseated from something. So I had been supporting myself with the family vehicle, and then it became a problem sharing it, and then things start to go bad. I was still doing things, but things were going bad, and then I mounted to getting a motorcycle, and I was getting robbed at different points. So I got robbed of a vehicle that I bought, and then I got a motorcycle after that, and I paid for training for the motorcycle, and I got robbed of that. I won't explain how that happened, but I got robbed of the money that I paid to train, like in like several hundreds of dollars. And then I still ended up going all the way to the point of getting the motorcycle endorsement, the motorcycle, the insurance, and the endorsement. All of that was daunting, and a lot of hell, and all of what could go wrong went wrong within that. But I amounted to that. And then while I was coming off of that, I was walking home from a family member about maybe like 3 weeks ago. I actually, as I'm walking home from a family member, I took a different route because my home is not only about a mile away from my family's home. I took a different route than I normally would. I have a guitar on my back. I see a woman come out of a come up walk away from a door with a guitar. That guitar had actually been a barista that I'm familiar with in the Twin Cities, that I'm on friendly terms with, and I've shared this channel, and they've engaged this channel, and they were selling someone a guitar. Then me and him have a conversation, a righteous conversation in the spirit of life, and I was talking to him about something that I saw at the DMV that day, where a man was getting put through his paces. He's getting put through the rigmarole and the redundancies of red tape and like clerical stuff at a DMV. And I was telling this person that that's really the worst when people experience that, and a lot of times it's not their wrongdoing. He's like, yeah, man, that's the system, that's just the system. And I was like, it's true, it's a system, and we benefit from it, and we can't get away from getting hurt by it. But that is the system that man experienced, and I had been experiencing at that point. And then after I walked away from having that righteous conversation with him, he's like, right on, man, you're on the right stuff, man, right on. I noticed a car passed me slowly several times in all kinds of directions, tinted windows, then pull over and park while I walk down the street and watch me walk down the street, then pass me, then come back. But I had learned from my family member that sometimes it's better to walk against traffic. So I walk, and this is, mind you, this isn't the first time that something like this happened to me. Then I walk against traffic, and the car comes by again with slowly with windows rolled down. I don't know who or what the hell that was, but there had been construction in that area that I walked past, and if something was floating around trying to get an angle on me, the construction threw that off, and I was able to evade that situation on foot that I wouldn't have otherwise, not knowing that person. Then not too long later, another car pulls up to me while I'm doing a delivery. Less than 2 weeks later, different car, different people, as though they were lost, asking directions, asking me, saying weird stuff to me out of a window, rolled down, also leaning like as though they were clutching something in a car. That happened to me within the last 2 weeks, such as that I felt that I wasn't viable to do work in the area where I was at. So I went to relocate. While I was relocating, all that could go wrong went wrong, and even the brand new vehicle, the motorcycle, it had a bad part that failed on me. As it failed on me, the apparatus that I use to do delivery work remotely, that I support myself with, they changed the stringency on the completion of orders. So that very order that failed because the motorcycle failed with the bad part put me under the limit of, because I had also been, some of these orders I'd pick them up, but I couldn't complete them because there'd be too many drinks for me to take with the motorcycle, so I'd have to cancel it. I could do so in the old format, but they changed the format. When I realized that they had changed the format, I stopped doing that. Then the motorcycle failed, then that order failed, then the platform flagged me, and I am no longer viable on that platform. As I was traveling abroad, supporting myself with it, just the type of stuff that I've experienced. And then that motorcycle also needed to be fixed. so that I could get the clutch to work, the engage. So that's what I've been on the heels of. But I was missing sleep, and I was also driving a motorcycle in adverse weather conditions with not the appropriate amount of clothing, because I've been going through so much hell. I didn't get to get all the fancy gear that can go with the motorcycle. I was just trying to get wheels up under me so I can earn an income. And I don't mean to be griping, like, yeah, like delivering stuff is the only way to make money, but sometimes when you need something to work and you don't know what else to do, you go back to what you know. So what I know is delivery, but I've paid like money out the wazoo for these different vehicles and to make them viable and all the stuff that make them viable, and I more so get robbed. And then while that happened, at one point as I was extended like that, I needed gas because I ran out of gas just short of a gas station, and I couldn't. I had to call the remote service, the safety service, but they hadn't upgraded my tier to motorcycle coverage, so they passed me off to the local people that do towing, and they said, yeah, we can help you, but you got to pay for it. So they charged me. So that motorcycle, it takes about 2 gallons worth of gas, will get you 100 miles, fill the tank. So they made me pay $185 so that they could send somebody out with a canister at the gas station about 2/10 of a mile from where I was, fill up the canister and bring me the gasoline. They charged me $185 for that. So that would show you that's actually robbery that I experienced there, just like it was with the vehicle that I purchased and the motorcycle training. And these are like reputable, above board businesses ostensibly. But all I meant to say is that if you look at my eyes, you can see that I've experienced an impact of health because of the situation, and it's stark just compared to videos a few days ago. Now I could wash a lot of this off my face because that's exhaust from riding a motorcycle, but then also and maybe my eyes would look better if I got some sleep. So it's not all the way necessarily bad, but it has made me aware it can impact your health when the weather gets crazy like that, because there was some crazy weather. So I actually know some herbalists where I'm at, and I actually bumped into a herbal place while this was happening, when I just needed to use the restroom. So there may be a way to recover from it, but just to say that your health can be impacted when you're going through crazy stuff, but also when people do double deals, bad deals, missed deals, that can really affect a person. That can actually cost a person their livelihood first, then their health, then their life. That's not only a person but a people. I think that some of our people who have been injured over the earth have experienced inequity that is bogus deals, that is lying. People have experienced that, and it can actually stop a people from existing on the earth, because how bad that can impact. So I just want to share testimony with that, is that when you're looking at me, it can be appreciated that you might actually be looking at a dead man talking, because what I may be approaching would be something that it's not fatal instantly, but it would require treatment such as that the actual normal viability of the human organism is not there, and may not be what it had been just in that amount of time. But also it had been a lot of hell that I was going through, and I don't, like, some people would say like so no, you think about like there are winners and there are losers in life, and there are also remedies and opportunities and misfortune, but we actually don't know all of the remedies and opportunities that exist, and a lot of them are concealed and or profound or just unknown if you're not pointed in the right direction. So there's cool places, like I'm in a cool place now. The place is cool. The type of stuff they have laying around. You walk into somewhere, oh yeah, we got the perfect herbal remedy that actually speaks exactly to what you're going through, and that's no nonsense BS, no BS, real medicine, real herbs available, $3. You just walked in somewhere right there because of where I happen to be. Now I've been having inspiration to come where I'm at now for quite a while, and maybe that's a greater timing that would lead me here to bump into that place when I need it. But all I meant to say is that I think there are winners and losers, and there are meant to be winners and meant to be losers. So some people say, yeah, inflation is so bad right now, but actually money has always been gamified, and it's always been meant to blow up on people. When the right thing happens or doesn't happen, your stuff blows up, and it's not coming back anytime soon without a miracle. And even with the miracle, it's going to take a lot of effort, heaven, earth, and hell combined, to surmount certain things. So that's what I've been dealing with for a while now, and I'm not trying to cry about it, but I'm just trying to say that this society It's not cutting favors to people, and it actually, I think it is designed to over. So like you get down. So you'll appreciate if you go traveling. There is no there's no inch of the earth that's not being influenced by birds. I've appreciated that. As I make this video, there are birds chirping. I was trying to do something this morning, and this bird was like, "Dee, dee, 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 dee." I couldn't even focus on what I'm doing. All I meant to say is that everywhere you go is being attended to. There are fine, tiny ants, bugs of all kinds, managing each inch of the earth. Then the birds are also singing and influencing the earth. A lot of it's beautiful, but some of it's also distracting. But all I meant to say is that there's nothing accidental or unintended, and there's a lot of people that got to eat. So that means there's a lot of things and people that also got to get eaten. So I think that when things are inflation, this and that, no, that's what it's meant to do. That's what the money is meant to do. You enjoy it for a little while, but then it flips at a certain point, and it as much as it worked in your favor and you enjoyed it, it turns on you and it turns you into the food. So you both eat and are eaten. That's us also. So you could say, yeah, this and that one fucked me over. It might have been better if I actually might have engaged them by what they looked and sounded like, but that might have happened in another place. And I just meant to say that for some to win, some must lose, and I think that what you're looking at when you look at a person like me as I make this content is like what happens. So a lot of people, you would think that boycott means like righteous stuff like Rosa Parks. I think that that's exactly the opposite of what Rosa Parks did. Boycotting would be the silver lining, the exception to the rule, because the exception proves the rule. Boycotting is when people who are having in society are on board with having, and with people not having, people on board, people who are having are on board about that. So you do all the cool stuff. You make 500 cool videos on YouTube. You do music. Your neighbors, your people you meet in life, your family, nobody's fucking with you if nobody's fucking with you. And that's what it looks like. So what you see on, what happens when someone does all their best, brings all their best, and they get no love? That's what it looks like when you look at me. That's what happens to a person. What you did or didn't do, could or couldn't have done, it can stand to reason, but it can also be displayed that and attested that you did a lot of strong stuff, but it wasn't to work out for you, because that's not what the baseball had been. But so this is just testimony that it's like that. It really is like that. You would be surprised what you can see in certain people's eyes that say love you. You would be surprised at what point in a conversation and what you're talking about with the loved one, the phone actually starts digitizing when you just within their voice what they had to say, because these phones are sensitive to energy. When a person's voice starts to digitize what you had just come through, what you're trying to do, that their phone would digitize like that, is some deep stuff, man. But it's all good though, man. But because I'm in a beautiful place right now, and life really is beautiful while it lasts.